There is one brown bug experts warn people to keep their eyes peeled for, ones that lurk in flower beds, grass, and cracks in the house. It might look harmless, but this pesky insect is known to be a destructive gardener. If spotted, people should follow these upcoming steps. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Insects are not always easy to spot, especially if an area is heavily wooded or there are a lot of flowers around. They tend to blend, especially if the bug happens to be tiny and brown. Unfortunately, this is exactly what experts urge people to keep their eyes out for. Heliomorpha hales, the brown marmorated stink bug unobtained experts urge people to keep their eyes peeled when outside because a tiny brown bug might be lingering in their yard. And 6 legs and a body resembling a medieval shield, this bug is unique but still tricky to spot. Fully grown, they only reach around 0.7 inches long. So what's so terrible about these bugs? These brown critters might be tiny, but their small stature does not stop them from wreaking a whole lot of havoc if they go undetected. That is why people need to be hyper-vigilant, because these bugs walk, have wings, and can find themselves in unlikely places like a house. These wings are not to be taken lightly. If they feel the need, these bugs will fly up and find their way into a person's house, whether it's the walls, cracks, or even the curtains. That's why it is so important for people to be aware if they see brown bugs around the yard. Being hyper-aware of the insects flying around the yard is important, especially when it comes to the Heliomorpha hales, the brown marmorated stink bug. Yes, it is a horrible name for a horrible bug that wants to do nothing more than infest gardens and homes if they are able to. The brown marmorated stink bug actually originated in Asia, primarily Korea, China, and Japan. It was found in Allentown, Pennsylvania in 1998, where scientists believe it was accidentally brought over from its home region. Sadly, it did not take long for the stink bug to become a huge pest in the eastern part of the United States. We'll keep watching to learn about how they made it overseas. Backtracking to its origins, though, one expert believes they understand how the invasive stink bug could have made its way across various countries. The head of the Coleoptera collection at the National History Museum, Max Barclay, believes it all comes down to the bug first finding its way over to the United Kingdom. In 2014, Barclay commented, saying he believed the brown marmorated stink bug would make its way from the east to Britain and that it was only a matter of time. Well, he was not wrong, as the first stink bug was spotted in the gardens of the Natural History Museum in 2020. And sadly, that prediction also came with other bad news. The stink bugs would come, and they would not leave, establishing themselves quickly. According to Barclay, since stink bugs are moving indoors to hibernate during the winter, they will have arrived in shipping crates, pallets, and packaging from global trade. Stay tuned to learn how many stink bugs can make up an infestation. These insects do not fare well in cold climates, so they make their way into the shipping crates to sleep through the chilly months. Something called diapause. When the winter months are over, all bets are off. Stink bugs not only love warm weather, but they tend to thrive in it. With the ongoing climate change debate and the Earth getting warmer and warmer each year, humanity could be looking at a major stink bug invasion. The International Journal of Biometeorology did research predicted by the 2010s the bugs would make their way to Switzerland, making the country a new home. Their research was correct. According to the journal, in Switzerland, crop damage and increasing populations have been observed since 2017 and related to increasing temperatures. Now, one of the specialists on the paper, Dr. Tim Hay, is an expert in the stink bug and had a few things to say in relation to the insect and climate. Working for the Center for Agriculture and Biosciences International, Dr. Hay knows a thing or two about invasive insects, including the stink bug. In the paper, he wrote, "There is strong evidence that climate change is already modifying species. It is evident that the number of non-native species will increase and that climate change will promote their establishment. The northwestern part of Switzerland could be completely suitable for H. hales." Dr. Hay went on to explain where in Switzerland the stink bugs would infest. He said the insects would head southwards. The projected range expansion would reach the foothills of the Alps. He continued, in higher latitudes in the Alpine valleys could become suitable under future climate conditions. Monitoring the spread and population development in the northwestern part of Switzerland and higher altitudes of the valleys in the south are recommended. As the paper suggests, it is only a matter of time before the stink bug population really gets out of hand. So it is important to keep those eyes peeled for any shield-shaped bug lurking around the yard and house. there is no need for an infestation of up to 1,000 of these insects. Coming up soon, some of the crops that attract stink bugs. In the United States, though, these bugs did not make their way into the country until 1998. They spread from Pennsylvania to New Jersey and even made their way down to Virginia by 2004. Most recently, stink bugs have made their newest home in North Carolina. But they are not just infesting the eastern seaboard. Unfortunately, stink bugs have not stuck to the eastern seaboard. They have unfortunately made a lot of moves and have infested a total of 44 out of the 50 states in the United States. Amazingly, it only took these tiny bugs a short 25 years to hit all of those states. Stay tuned, solutions to stink bug problems are coming up soon. The stink bug got its name because of the odor it releases. While some say they smell like herbs, namely cilantro, others think they smell like almonds. Either way, if a person starts smelling either of those items in their garden where none is growing, there is definitely an issue. And sadly, there is no way to wipe out an invasive species like the stink bug. People can only contain the issue. During an interview with The Guardian, Barclay said, "The stink bugs establish themselves pretty quickly. We've seen this in a lot of invasive species before. You find one or two and then they are everywhere." The harlequin ladybird from China arrived in the United Kingdom in 2006, and now they are enormously abundant. While there is no long-term solution to terminate stink bugs altogether, people can do a few things to contain the annoying situation. From plants and crops to the walls and curtains of a house if any shield-shaped bugs are flying around.